George Mikan is the towering figure who forged the modern game of basketball. His unstoppable dominance on the court was matched only by his unyielding determination off it. As we explore the formative years of this colossus, we find ourselves in the midst of the Great Depression, an era that would test the mettle of even the most resilient individuals. Born on June 18, 1924, in Joliet, Illinois, George Mikan's early life was a testament to the enduring power of family and community. His parents, Joseph and Minnie Mikan, were Czech immigrants who had arrived in the United States with little more than hope and determination. The young George grew up in a humble household where hard work and resourcefulness were the currencies that sustained them through the darkest days of economic hardship. As I've often noted, the fire that forges greatness is often lit in the crucible of adversity, and Mikan's early life was no exception. As a child, George was a gangly, awkward boy who found solace in sports, particularly basketball. His introduction to the game came courtesy of his father, Joseph, who had fashioned the makeshift hoop from a wooden crate and a netted bag. The backyard court became a sanctuary for George, where he could escape the hardships of everyday life and lose himself in the pure joy of competition. It was here, amidst the rusty gates and overgrown gardens of Joliet's working-class neighborhoods, that Mikan's love affair with basketball began. The historical context of Mikan's early years is crucial to understanding the trajectory of his life. The 1920s and 1930s were a time of great social change in America, with the rise of industrialization and urbanization transforming the fabric of society. For immigrant families like the Mikans, these changes brought both opportunities and challenges. As George navigated the complexities of adolescence, he was exposed to the harsh realities of racism, xenophobia, and economic exploitation that plagued many immigrant communities. Despite these obstacles, Mikan's family instilled in him a strong sense of values and a commitment to education. His parents encouraged his academic pursuits, recognizing that knowledge was the key to unlocking a brighter future. George's natural aptitude for mathematics and science led him to attend Joliet Catholic High School, where he excelled as a student athlete. It was during this period that Mikan began to develop the physical skills that would eventually make him a dominant force on the court. Under the guidance of his coach, Gene Sullivan, Mikan honed his shooting technique, developed his ball-handling skills, and learned the intricacies of team play. Sullivan's emphasis on fundamentals and strategy had a profound impact on George's understanding of the game, laying the groundwork for his future success. As we often see in the lives of great athletes, the seeds of greatness are sown in the fertile soil of dedicated mentorship, and Mikan's relationship with Coach Sullivan was a prime example. As Mikan's high school career drew to a close, he began to attract attention from college scouts and coaches who were eager to tap into his burgeoning talent. In 1942, George enrolled at De La Salle Institute in Chicago, where he played for the legendary coach, Joe Stampf. Under Stampf's tutelage, Mikan's game continued to evolve as he developed a more refined shooting technique and expanded his repertoire of post moves. The young center's impressive performances earned him a reputation as one of the top players in the Midwest, and he soon found himself being courted by several prominent colleges. In 1943, Mikan made the decision to attend George Washington University in Washington, D.C., where he would play for the Colonials under the guidance of Coach William Reinhardt. However, his time at GWU was cut short due to World War II, as Mikan enlisted in the U.S. Navy in 1944. During his stint in the Navy, George continued to play basketball, competing in various service tournaments and exhibitions. It was during this period that he developed a close friendship with Bob Davies, a fellow naval officer and talented player who would later become a key figure in Mikan's professional career. Following his honorable discharge from the Navy in 1945, Mikan returned to the Chicago area and began playing for the Chicago Stags of the Basketball Association of America, a precursor to the modern NBA. The 1946 to 1947 season proved to be a watershed year for George, as he led the Stags to the BAA Championship Finals, where they ultimately fell to the Philadelphia Warriors. Despite the disappointing loss, Mikan's impressive individual performance, which included a 29-point outing in the decisive Game 5, cemented his status as one of the league's top players. The subsequent years saw Mikan's star continue to rise, as he joined the Minneapolis Lakers in 1947 and formed a dominant partnership with guard Jim Pollard. Together, they led the Lakers to 5 NBA championships between 1949 and 1954, with Mikan being named the NBA MVP 4 times during that span. The 1950 to 1951 season was particularly notable, as George averaged 28.4 points per game, a staggering figure considering the era's slower-paced, more defensive-minded style of play. Mikan's on-court accomplishments were matched by his off-court influence, as he became an instrumental figure in shaping the modern NBA. In 1954, he played a key role in negotiating the first collective bargaining agreement between the players and team owners, paving the way for future generations of players to benefit from improved salaries, benefits, and working conditions. George's leadership and vision helped to establish the National Basketball Players Association, which has since become a powerful advocate for players' rights and interests. As the 1950s wore on, Mikan continued to dominate on the court, earning numerous All-NBA selections and setting multiple scoring records. His iconic shooting style, which featured a unique blend of hook shots, jumpers, and post moves, influenced a generation of big men, including Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The Mikan drill, a series of footwork and shooting exercises that George developed to improve his own game, became a staple of basketball training programs around the world. Despite his many accomplishments, Mikan's career was not without its challenges. He faced intense defensive pressure and physical play from opponents, who often resorted to rough tactics in an attempt to contain him. George also struggled with injuries, particularly to his knees, which forced him to undergo multiple surgeries and ultimately contributed to his decision to retire from basketball in 1956. Nevertheless, Mikan's legacy endured as he was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 1959, a testament to his profound impact on the sport. As George Mikan's playing career drew to a close, he began to focus on his post-basketball endeavors, leveraging his stature as a pioneer of the sport to shape its future. In 1958, Mikan was approached by the American Basketball Association, ABA, to serve as the league's first commissioner, a role that would allow him to apply his vast knowledge and experience to the development of a new professional basketball league. George accepted the challenge, bringing his unique perspective and leadership skills to the position. During his tenure as ABA commissioner, Mikan worked tirelessly to promote the league, secure sponsorship deals, and establish a strong foundation for the organization. He played a key role in attracting top talent to the ABA, including notable players like Julius Erving, George Gervin, and David Thompson. Mikan's efforts helped to establish the ABA as a viable alternative to the NBA, paving the way for the eventual merger of the two leagues in 1976. One of Mikan's most significant contributions during this period was his advocacy for the introduction of the three-point shot in professional basketball. Recognizing the potential for the three-pointer to increase scoring and enhance the fan experience, George championed its adoption, working closely with ABA owners and officials to implement the rule change. The introduction of the three-point line in 1967 revolutionized the game, opening up new strategic possibilities and altering the way teams approached offense. Mikan's influence extended beyond the ABA, as he continued to shape the sport through his involvement in various basketball-related initiatives. In 1967, he was appointed to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame's Board of Trustees, where he played a key role in selecting inductees and shaping the institution's mission. George also worked closely with the NBA, serving as a consultant and advisor on various matters, including rule changes, player development, and marketing. Throughout the 1970s, Mikan remained an active and respected figure in basketball circles, attending games, clinics, and conferences, where he shared his insights and expertise with coaches, players, and fans. His legacy continued to inspire new generations of players, including Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who often sought George's counsel on matters related to the game. The two developed a close friendship, with Mikan serving as a mentor and confidant to the young center. In 1979, Mikan was honored with the NBA's Lifetime Achievement Award, recognizing his profound impact on the sport. The awards ceremony, held at the NBA All-Star Game in Detroit, featured tributes from many of the game's greatest players, including Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, and Jerry West. George's acceptance speech, characteristically humble and gracious, reflected his deep appreciation for the sport and its community. As the 1980s unfolded, George Mikan continued to be an integral part of the basketball community, attending games and sharing his expertise with a new generation of players and coaches. His later years were marked by a series of recognitions and accolades, cementing his status as one of the most influential figures in the history of the sport. In 1984, Mikan was awarded the National Sports Hall of Fame's Lifetime Achievement Award, joining an elite group of athletes and coaches who had made significant contributions to their respective sports. Mikan's involvement with the NBA continued unabated, and he played a key role in the development of the league's coaching clinic program, which provided training and resources for coaches at all levels. His insights and expertise were highly sought after, and he became a regular speaker on the clinic circuit, regaling audiences with stories of his playing days and offering practical advice on how to improve their team's performance. One notable example of Mikan's impact on coaching was his work with the legendary coach, Pat Riley, who often credited George with helping him develop his own coaching philosophy. In the 1990s, Mikan's health began to decline, and he underwent a series of surgeries to address lingering issues with his knees and back. Despite these challenges, he remained committed to the sport, attending games and events whenever possible. In 1996, the NBA named Mikan one of its 50 greatest players of all time, a testament to his enduring legacy as a player and pioneer. The ceremony, held at the NBA All-Star Game in San Antonio, featured a heartfelt tribute from Commissioner David Stern, who praised George's contributions to the sport and his lasting impact on generations of players. As Mikan entered his final years, he remained active in the basketball community, attending games and events and sharing his insights with anyone who would listen. In 2005, he was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award by the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame, recognizing his contributions to the sport at all levels. The awards ceremony, held at the University of Kansas, featured a moving tribute from Coach Bill Self, who praised George's influence on the game and his lasting legacy as a player and coach. George Mikan passed away on June 1, 2005 at the age of 80, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and influence generations of basketball players, coaches, and fans. His funeral, held at the Cathedral of St. Paul in St. Paul, Minnesota, was attended by a who's who of basketball luminaries, including Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jerry West, and Pat Riley, all of whom paid tribute to George's enduring impact on the sport. In the years since his passing, Mikan's legacy has only continued to grow, with numerous awards, scholarships, and initiatives established in his name to promote the development of basketball and recognize outstanding achievement in the sport. Today, George Mikan is remembered as a pioneer, a trailblazer who helped shape the modern game of basketball. His influence can be seen in every aspect of the sport, from the way players move on the court to the strategies employed by coaches. The Mikan drill, which he developed to improve his own footwork and shooting, remains a staple of basketball training programs around the world. As a testament to his lasting impact, the NBA continues to recognize Mikan's contributions, with the George Mikan Trophy awarded annually to the NBA's most valuable player. The trophy, designed by renowned sculptor Gary Anderson, features a bronze statue of George in mid-shot, symbolizing his enduring legacy as one of the greatest players in basketball history. He was a true pioneer, a giant of a man who changed the way the game is played, and his legacy continues to inspire generations of players, coaches, and fans. As Mikan himself once said, "The most important thing in basketball is to have a good time and enjoy the game," a sentiment that encapsulates his passion, dedication, and love for the sport. With a lifetime of achievements, accolades, and contributions to the game, George Mikan's story serves as a powerful reminder that with hard work, perseverance, and a commitment to excellence, we can all leave our mark on the world. That's all for today's Sports Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Howard Closewell, reminding you to keep shooting for your goals.